Hello and welcome to this edition of Burlington High School girls basketball against the Manchester Essex Regional High School Hornets. Never heard of that school, but hey, I'm Brady Costas, Evan McAmee on camera, as it will be newly appointed starter Zara Ochi for the tip-off from Burlington. Madison King seeming to be out today. As we wait for play to start. As tip-off is covered by X. That is Isabella Donalale Valade. Over to Oliver. Over to Carpenter. Over to Jakes. Loses it. It'll be out of bounds. Burlington ball. Or correction, it'll be Manchester's ball. Jakes looking for someone. She'll find Carpenter. Fine. That is over Dolan, and it'll be holding on Sakari. Jake's inbound from Manchester. Jake's over to Oliver for three. Just misses. Rebound, Burlington. That was Scally. Taking it up for Burlington. Oh, she missed it. She hit it. I didn't see that. Scally. Over the Jones, over the Ochi back over to Scally. Lay up and one. And one for Savannah Scally.
Manchester Essex foul number 2, Emerald Jakes. Her first personal foul, team's first.
Foul on Manchester 2. And she misses the N1. Foul out on Burlington. That is Dolan Valde inbound. She now take it up. Over to Jakes. Over to Valde. Tip by Burlington will be recovered by Oliver. Layup. Over to Valde. Oh, correction, Riggs over to Carpenter for three. Misses, rebound, Burlington's Savannah Scally finds Aaron Riley, backfield layup, and in. First lead for Burlington in this game as Manchester will take it right back up. Jakes. Hair's in the way. That looks to have been, that is Jakes. Over to Oliver, back to Jakes. Floater, and swish. Now, Scally taking it for Burlington. Over to Riley. Over to Ochi over to Jones. Over to Ochi for three. Air ball. Be out on Burlington, and it goes out of the gymnasium. As Marshall comes in for Sakari. As Jake's inbound over to Carpenter. Back to Jakes. Finds Valde in the paint. And it'll be travel. Riley to inbound to Scally. All-time leading score for Burlington now. Last time you saw me. Over the Jones. Over to Riley for three. Just short. Rebound Manchester. That was Carpenter over to Valde. Over the Jakes. Jakes layup. And that will be a foul on Ochi, it seems. Jake's up the line for two.
Foul number 32, Zara Ochi, her first personal foul, team's second.
As I spill Fanta on me. Jakes will hit the first one. 2-point lead now for Manchester. as she hits the second one. 3-point lead now for Manchester. Scally to take it up for Burlington. Scally. Over to Ochi. Ochi. Over to Riley. Over to Scally. Scally for three. Too much on it. Rebound, Oliver. Oliver. Over the Jakes. Jakes. Be Manchester's ball. No stepped out. Jakes the inbound. Chauvin, Carpenter. Carpenter. Over to Valde. Valde. Back to Carpenter. Over there. That was Oliver. Rebella was not happy. 5-point lead now for Manchester. Scally take it up. Forcing shots. And it'll be Sakari to come in for Riley. Jake's inbound over to Carpenter. Carpenter. Back to Jake's. And that's Oliver, excuse me. Over to Carpenter. Carpenter over to Riggs. Riggs. Over to Jake's. Over to Oliver. Oliver. That'll be about, and that'll be backcourt. As Casey O'Connell and Ella Arnson, apologies, come in for Manchester. Jones inbound to Scally. Scally. Over to Sakari. Sakari. Over to Marshall. Over to Ochi. Over to Scally. Scally. Force in and one.
Manchester foul number 2. Emerald Jakes, her second personal foul.
As
Team second.
Riley comes in for Ochi and Carpenter comes in for Jakes. Scally drains it. It'll be a 2-point lead now for Manchester. Carpenter. Correction, Oliver. Over to Valde. Valde, shoot. It'll be short. Be rebound. We have Manchester with the label not hit. Riley. Be physical defense for Manchester. Over to Jones. Jones. Over to Sakari. Forced the layup up. Don't know what that was. It'll be rebound. Oliver. Oliver. Over to Carpenter. Tipped out by Sakari. O'Connell. The inbound for Manchester. As that was sipped out by Manchester, so it'll be unrallied inbound to Scally. Scally. Over to Jones. Over to Riley. Riley for three. Just short rebound, Valde. Valde. Over to Carpenter. Carpenter. Drive up and it'll be a rebound. Rebound Scally. Scally. Over to Sakari. Over to Marshall. Marshall for three. Air ball. Artson. As
Burlington foul number 11, Aaron Riley, her first personal foul. Team's third.
foul on Riley as Tori Moulton comes in for Valde. As Oliver. 3. Good pass there, and that was an easy layup there for Tess Carpenter, and it'll be and 1.
Burlington foul number 11, Erin Riley, her second personal foul. 4.
As Riley comes out for Ochi.
Tess Carpenter at the line for Manchester Essex, shooting 1.
4-point lead now for Manchester. Drains it, 5-point lead. 4 fouls already for Burlington. 2:37 left to go in the first. Scally to take it up. Over to Marshall. Over to Sakari. Over to Ochi. Over to Scally. Scally for 3. High arc and strange rebound. Misses rebound Arson. Excuse me, taking out Oliver. Oliver over to Carpenter. Carpenter tipped out and not recovered. Carpenter regained it. Over the Moulton. It'll be out of bounds. Burlington's ball. 2:01 left to go in the first. Scally takes it up. Over to Ochi. Ochi. Over to Jones. Over to Scally. Scally. Over to Marshall. Marshall. Back to Scally. Scally with the floater and off course. Rebound Manchester. Oliver. All wide open is O'Connell. Just short. Rebound Burlington. Scally. 1:30 left to go. Scally over to Jones. Loses, then recovers. Over to Marshall. Marshall for 3. Just off. Rebound Manchester. That was Moulton. And then it was Oliver over to O'Connell. O'Connell. Travel. 1:10 left to go in the first. As Charlotte Dolian Valde comes in for Manchester. Scally takes it up. Over to Jones. Jones. Over to Sakari. Sakari to Scally. Over to Marshall. Marshall back to Sakari. Sakari for 3. Drains it. 2-point lead now from Manchester. 47 seconds left to go. Oliver takes it up. Oliver. Over to O'Connell. O'Connell. Falls over to Valde. Valde. Off, rebound Burlington. Jones. 26 seconds left to go. Burlington will have last shot, it seems. As Jones, double teamed over the Scally. Over to Marshall. Over to Scally. Burlington will run out the clock. Scally. Over to Marshall. Marshall for 3. Just off. Rebound Manchester. Oliver, and that will do it. Score after 1, 12-10 Manchester. Will be.
Honestly, dude, I did the most shocking thing today. It was just something I never thought I'd do.
Did your parents find out?
My mom cried.
What'd you do?
As we're back, Sakari inbound over to Scally. Scally. Over to Jones. Jones. The 3 off course. Rebound Manchester Essex. That is Oliver. Oliver over to Valde and Valde in for layup. 4-point lead now for Manchester Essex. Scally over to Jones. Jones. Back to Scally. Scally for 3. Drains it. That is. Seems like Carpenter take it up. Carpenter over to Oliver. Oliver over to Jakes. Jakes. Stolen by Scally. Have yourself a game. Scally over to Sakari. Sakari over to Scally. Scally for 3. Drains it. Burlington now leading by 2. Carpenter. Over to Oliver. Oliver back to Carpenter. Carpenter. Over to Riggs. Back to Carpenter. Shoot, and it'll be rebounded by Scally. Scally. Over to Marshall. Over to Jones. Jones back to Marshall. Marshall for 3. Drains it. 5-point lead now. Timeout, Manchester Essex. As coming out of the timeout, it seems like Ortiz will come in for Marshall. As Manchester Essex needing momentum switch. That was Oliver. Over to Jakes. Jakes. Switch over to Valde. Valde. Stolen, and it will be some great defense here from Burlington. It will be Oliver. Oliver. Over to Carpenter. Carpenter. Over to Valde. 7 seconds to shoot, and they let her get the layup. Sakari to inbound over to Sakari to inbound to Scally. Scally to Jones. Jones. Over to Sakari. Sakari. Over to Scally. Scally. Stolen by Manchester Essex. No, it's over to Sakari. Jones. Jones over to Scally. Scally back to Sakari. Sakari. Layup over to Jones. Jones layup and in. Jakes the inbound over to Oliver. Oliver. It's over to Carpenter. Carpenter. Carpenter over to Riggs. Riggs. Over to Valde. Valde. That was over to Jakes. Jakes to shoot. Rebound Jones. Over to Scally. Scally. Already 3 minutes done. 3 minutes done with the Scally for 3. Bang bang switcheroonie. As I lose track, that was Emerald Jakes for 3. Lead is down to 5. Scally, take it up. Scally. Scally. Footwork. As great hustle from Burlington, but it'll be Manchester Essex ball. As Ella Arnson comes in for Carpenter. As Oliver take it up for Manchester Essex. Essex. Oliver loses it. It'll be back court. Scally. Scally over to Jones, back to Scally. Scally over to Ochi. Ochi to Sakari. Sakari over to Scally. Scally over to Jones. Jones. Over to Ortiz. Over to Scally. Over to Sakari. That'll be travel. As Oliver. Over to Valaday. Valaday. Back to Oliver. Oliver for three. Drains it. 2-point lead now.
Really, Oliver for three.
Scally. Over to Ochi. Ochi. Over to Jones. Jones for three. Just off. As I'm looking at records right now, it's Valaday. Valaday. Good defense from Burlington. That'll be Burlington's ball. Essex is 5-7. While Burlington is, Scally takes it up for Burlington. Scally. Just gonna absolutely one minute layup. As it is 5-7 against 7-5. Travel. As Aaron Riley comes in for Mary Jones. Scally. Scally just gonna absolutely 1 minute. Have a game, Scally. Adding on to that record. As Jakes for three. Drains it. 3-point lead now for Burlington. Scally. Under 2 minutes left to go in the second. Scally over to Sakari. Sakari over to Scally. Jones Ochi couldn't get a hands on it. It's Oliver for three. Short, rebound Burlington. Sakari. Over to Riley. Over to Ortiz. Over to Scally. Over to Sakari. Over to Scally for three. Just off. The rebound. That was Torrey Moulton. Oliver. Just under. That is Arson. Under a minute left to go for Manchester Essex. Second period. As foul on Ochi.
Burlington foul with 32, Zara Ochi, her second personal foul.
That'll be a shooting foul. That is Ella Arnson at the line for two. Drains the first one. Miscommunication there from Manchester Essex. As that is Casey O'Connell coming in. She drains the second one. Flat 5 left to go in the second. It would be Scally. 1 point lead now for Burlington. Scally over to Sakari. Back to Scally. Over to Ochi. She's big and rebound Arnson. Oliver over to O'Connell to Jakes. As that's shooting foul on Riley to take the lead.
Foul number 11, Aaron Riley, her third personal foul. Team second. Tori Bolton at the line, shooting 2.
Bolton at the line. Drains the first one. Tied ball game. Take the lead from Manchester Essex. She drains it. 1 point lead now from Manchester Essex. Inbound, Scally. Scally, take it up. Scally. She's fancy with it. Over to Jones. Off. As we air ball. Score after halftime. Score going into halftime. 29-28 Manchester Essex. We'll be back after this.
Hey! Oh, God.
Halftime. Manchester Essex leading 29-28. Believe Manchester is going to start with the ball. And they will. It's Emerald Jakes. Over to Oliver. Inbound to Oliver. Oliver. Oliver over to Carpenter. Carpenter. Over to Jakes. Stolen by Burlington. Recovered again by Essex. And it'll be jump ball.
Burlington foul number 1, Ava Sakari.
Foul on Ava Sakari.
Second personal foul, team's first.
As it will be Oliver. Oliver. Over to Jakes. Jakes. She will fall, and it will be a foul on Scally.
Burlington foul number 24.
2 fouls already. We're 24 seconds in. Quick math, that's 1 foul every 12 seconds. As Jakes over to, that was Carpenter for the 3 and he'll miss it. Rebound Jones. Jones over to Sakari. Sakari for 3. Swish! Burlington now leads by 2. Carpenter. Over to Oliver. Oliver, floater, misses, rebound Scally. Scally. Scally heaves it over to Jones. Jones for 3. Drains it! Timeout, Manchester Essex.
Timeout. Manchester Essex.
Okay. As coming out of the timeout, Burlington 2 major threes. As Oliver takes it up for Manchester Essex. Oliver over to Riggs. Riggs over to Carpenter. Carpenter over to Riggs. Let's travel. Is Marshall to inbound to Scally. Scally, excuse me. Over to Jones. Over to Marshall. Marshall over to Jones. Jones. Over to Scally. Scally over to Ochi. Over to Sakari. Great ball movement by Burlington here. Sakari over to Marshall. Scally, 8 seconds left to shoot. Floater, just off. There'll be rebound Manchester Essex. Oliver, take it up. Over to, as I cannot so much, Carpenter. Over to Oliver. Oliver over to Jakes. Jakes. Travel. Or push off. Oh, push off on Burlington.
Mary Jones, her first personal foul, team's third.
As Jakes will inbound for Manchester Essex. That'll be Valaday. Valaday over to Oliver. Oliver. Oliver over to 2. Carpenter. Carpenter over to Valaday. Valaday. Blocked by Jones. Shall be off by Jakes. Will be rebound by Burlington. Marion Jones over to Marshall. Marshall. He's up. I don't know how that went in, but that went in somehow. Defying gravity. As Carpenter will take it up for Manchester Essex. Over to Valaday. Back to Oliver. Oliver. Over the Jakes. Jakes was looking for Riggs, and it was just off target. As Scally takes it up for Burlington. Double team to Scally. Now singled. Over the Marshall. Marshall. Back to Scally. Scally for 3. Just off. Rebound. Arnston. Arnston. Don't know what that was. Turnover Burlington. And it is Manchester Essex ball now. It bounced off Jones's foot. Inbound is O'Connell over to Oliver. Oliver. Over to O'Connell. O'Connell. Over the Jakes. Jakes loses it. Recovered by Ochi. Double teamed. Over to Scally. Scally. As that'll be shooting foul. Scally will go to the line for 2.
Manchester Essex foul number 3, Lily Oliver. Her first personal
Foul on Oliver.
First, it's Scally.
Just over 4 minutes left to go. Drains the first one. Excuse me. She drains the second one. 9-point lead now for Burlington. As Oliver. Over to Arnston. Over to Jakes. Jakes thought about it, didn't pull. As turnover, rebound, recovered by Ochi. Ochi over to Scally. Scally to Jones. Jones. As looked for Ochi, couldn't get it. Now it'll be Oliver. Oliver. She's going to take it up and off the backboard. As she is limping. So refs telling them not to chitter-chatter.
Manchester Essex foul number 22, Ella Armston.
As Lily Oliver comes off, she is
Team second,
limping.
quarter.
Sakari to inbound. Over to Scally. Scally, ball's moving around. That would be Jakes. Stolen by Jones. Now it is stolen by Carpenter. As it would be Ella Armston now to the line for 2.
Burlington foul number 32, Sarah Ochi, her third personal foul.
Third one on Ochi. Needs to be careful. Armston for 2. To cut this lead down to 7. Misses the first one. As Ortiz comes in for Ochi. As that should have been a violation, but I guess we don't call that. Scally to take it up. Scally over to Marshall. Marshall over to Sakari, loses it, recovers. Over to Scally. Over to Marshall. Marshall for 3. Just off. Rebound. Carpenter. Over the Jakes. That will be foul on Scally.
Burlington foul
Yep.
24, Savannah Scally, her second personal foul, team's 5th.
As Emerald Jakes to the line for 2. Drains the first one. 7-point lead. Manchester Essex now in bonus. 2:41 left to go in the third. Drains the second one. 6-point lead. I can't do math. Scally take it up for Burlington. Scally over to Jones. Jones loses it. Recovers. Over to Ortiz. Over to Scally. Scally. Triple team. Tries to force it and she don't know why. Over to rebound Essex. That was O'Connell over to Carpenter, and it'll be charge foul on Savannah.
Burlington foul number 24, Savannah Scally, her third personal foul, team bonus. Tess Carpenter at the line, shooting 2.
That's Carpenter to the line for 2. Jason, first one. That was a crisp sound right there from the net. As misses first one. Rebound, Essex. As it will be Jakes. Over to Moulton. And in. 3-point lead now for Burlington. Scala take it up. Under 2 minutes left to go in the third. Over to Ortiz. Over to Sakari. Over to Ortiz. Over to Marshall. Thought about it. Back to Ortiz. Back to Marshall. Over to Jones. Jones to pull it. Drains it. Timeout, Burlington. As Burlington with 6-point lead now. As we wait to come out of the timeouts, both teams taking extra long time. As Jakes will inbound to Carpenter. Carpenter. 6-point lead now for Burlington. Over to Moulton. Someone shot it. I couldn't see who it was. That is over to Savannah Scally. Rebound Savannah Scally. Over to Jones. Jones. I don't know what the call is.
Manchester Essex foul number 11, Tess Carpenter, her first personal
Foul on Carpenter.
Team's third.
Jones over to Scally. Scally. Jones back to Scally. Over to Ortiz, excuse me. Back to Jones. Jones. Over to Marshall. Marshall to Scally. Scally to Jones. To Ortiz for three. And just to the left. As it is Carpenter. Looking for Jakes. Finds her. Saves it from going out. It'll be turnover. Ortiz will take it up over the Jones. Jones for three. In and out. It's Carpenter. Over to O'Connell. O'Connell. Rebound, recover, Jones. Jones. 20 seconds left to go. Over to Sakari, loses it, recovers. Over to Ortiz, over to Marshall. Marshall for three. In and out. Rebound Ortiz. Turnover Carpenter, 7 seconds, 6 seconds. Turnover Sakari. Foul. Shooting foul, Sakari will go to the line for two with 1.7 seconds left.
Manchester Essex foul number 2, Emerald Jakes, her third personal foul. Team's fourth. Ava Sakari at the line, shooting 2.
This is the first one. This is the second one. Rebound Mark. Scally trying to launch one up. Almost nails it. As end of the third, Burlington 41, Manchester Essex 35. We'll be back after this. Over to Sakari, Sakari, to Scally, Scally. Draws the foul, it would be a foul on Jakes, it seems.
Manchester Essex foul number 2, Emerald Jakes, her fourth personal foul. Team's first.
Fourth one on Jakes in foul trouble. Scally is shooting for two. She dribbles the ball. Drains the first one. As she misses the second one, rebound by Oliver. Oliver. Oliver over to Carpenter. Carpenter. Back to Oliver. Oliver. To Riggs. Riggs. Over to Valladay. Valladay. That was Carpenter for three. And rebound Riggs. Riggs. Rebound Burlington. She walking on the tightrope with Scally. Scally. We'll get it out of there. Over to Sakari. Over to Jones. Jones. Over Sakari. Pulls for three. Off. Rebound Oliver. Oliver. Over to Arnston. Arnston. Back to Oliver. Pulls for three. It looks like it was tipped. Rebound Jones. Jones. Excuse me. Stolen by Manchester Essex. That is Volladay. Volladay over to Oliver. Oliver. Over to Carpenter. Carpenter. Over to Volladay in the paint and layup. 5-point lead now. Jones over to Scally. Scally. Spin move. She's forcing shots up now. Oliver. Over to Carpenter. Carpenter. Over to Arnston. Arnston. As no charge was called, Volladay. Stolen by Ortiz.
Manchester Essex foul number 22, Arnston.
Foul on Arnstein.
Second personal foul. Team second of the quarter.
As Marshall will come out for Ochi. Ochi. Jones inbound. Scala taking it up for Burlington. 5:50 left to go in the fourth. Scally over to Jones. Jones. Over to Savannah. Scally. Over to Sakari. Sakari. Over to Ochi. Over to Jones. Over to Ortiz. Ortiz for three. Just off. Rebound, Manchester Essex. That's Carpenter taking it up. As just throws it up. As lazy defense there from Burlington. Rebound by Arnston. And one. As Rebello might want to take a timeout.
Zara Ochi, her fourth personal foul. Team's first. Basket is good.
As Riley comes in for Ochi. And Charlotte Valladay comes in for, believe it was Carpenter. She misses the extra point, 3-point lead now for Burlington. Jones over to Scally. 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 Over to Riley. Riley. As it will be out on Manchester Essex. As Burlington is currently taking shots they don't need to take. They already have the lead in the fourth. As O'Conley comes in for Penelope Riggs. Riley over to Jones, over to Sakari. Sakari to Scally. Scally thought about it, over to Sakari. Sakari over to Jones. Jones for three. Air ball. Rebound Manchester Essex. That is Valladay. Isabel. Over to Oliver for three. Off. Rebound Riley. Riley. Double teamed. Over to Scally. Scally. 4:30 left to go. Scally. Up. Heaves it up. What the? Huh? What? Huh? Rebound by Arnston. Arnston. Over to O'Conley. O'Conley. Over to Oliver. Over to Valladay. Valladay. Recovered by Evan Riley. Over to Jones. Jones. Just heaves it off the backboard. Recovered. Oliver. Oliver for three to tie it. Swish! Tied ball game. Scally. It's timeout. Rebello needed. It's coming out of the timeout. Burlington threw away their lead. It is now Scally over to Ortiz. Ortiz over to Scally. Scally. We're triple teamed in coverage. All over the rebound.
Timeout, Manchester Essex.
That might have cost them the lead right there. 3:23 left to go in the fourth. No way. It's coming out of the timeout. Tied game. 3:23 left to go. Charlotte Valladay. Over to Oliver. Oliver. Manchester Essex with the lead. 3:18 left to go. Beat Riley over to Scally. Over to Ortiz. Ortiz. Over to Scally. Scally. To Sakari. Over to Ortiz. Ortiz. Over to Sakari. Sakari. As Burlington looks defeated now. As Oliver. Over to Jakes. Jakes. Over to Valladay. Valladay over to the Oliver. Oliver. Over to Moulton. Tipped. Recovered by Scally. Scally. And he's over to Moulton. Over to Oliver. Oliver. Travel. As Ochi comes in for Izzy. Riley will inbound to Scally. 2:20 left to go. Burlington down by 2. Over to Marshall. Marshall over to Sakari. She drops him for 3. Short. It's Carpenter. Carpenter. Over to Arnston. Oliver for 3. In and out. Rebound. Rebound Carpenter and almost drains it. Scally. Scally. Over to Sakari. Sakari. Over to Riley. Riley for 3. Short. 1:44 left to go. Oliver. Over to Carpenter. Carpenter. It'll be air ball. The Burlington's ball. 1:31 left to go in the fourth. Jones will come in for Riley. It's a close one here, folks. Marshall will inbound to Scally. Scally. Over the Jones. She pulls on 3. Rebound, Ochi. Manchester Essex ball. 1:18 left to go. Missed travel there. Jakes. Scurry tipped over to Moulton. Misses it. Rebound Burlington. Under a minute left to go. Jones. Steals it. Burlington's ball. This is a game, folks.
Timeout.
Well,
Burlington.
Burlington with the timeout. 53.7 left to go in the fourth. It's overtime or nothing right now, I believe. As for some reason, Manchester Essex, what seems to be JV team, is on Burlington's side of the bleachers. I will never question why the opposing team goes there, but hey. All right, as coming out of the timeout, Burlington down by 2 after coming to this quarter with a 6-point lead, I believe. Somewhere around that. As Sakari to inbound. Over to Jones. Jones. Over to Marshall. Marshall. Over to Scally. Scally. Over to Jones. Jones for 3. Rebound Ochi. Ochi. Drains it! Tie ball game. 41 seconds left to go. Over to Oliver. Oliver. Over to Carpenter. Carpenter. Over to Oliver. Oliver. Timeout Manchester Essex. And she drains the 3.
Manchester Essex.
29.5 to go. Tied game. As coming out of the timeout, 29.5 seconds left to go. Tied ball game. Brady Costas, Evan McAmeel on camera. We have ourselves a ball game, folks. As Oliver at inbound. It's over the Jakes. Jakes. Leave one up and in. 23 seconds. Burlington needs one. Jones, timeout. Burlington, 15.5 left to go. As timeout, Burlington you think would play for overtime, but who knows? Put your tallest girls out there. Just hope for something. Just hope for a wide open layup in the paint and not brick it. Because a pull up 3 from here, you are not the Celtics. You will not be pulling up from 3. It's coming out of the timeout. 15.5 left to go. 15.5 left to go as I break my back. Marshall to inbound. Over the Ochi. Ochi. Over to Savannah for 3. Drains it! Drains it! Burlington with the Savannah Sky with the go-ahead 3. 8.9 left to go. Yeah, so about going to overtime. Yeah, that's not happening. Yeah, it's make or break right now. As that was a gutsy call there from Burlington, going for the 3 instead of overtime. 8.9 seconds left to go. As it's time for defense. Put your best defenders out there if you're Burlington and just pray. If you're Manchester Essex, put your best scorers out there and you pray. No matter who you are praying. .9 seconds left to go. As Manchester Essex will start on the other side of the court, so they need to move fast. It'll be Carpenter over to Oliver. As it will be push off on Sakari. 4 seconds left to go. As it will be timeout Burlington. Four seconds left to go. Manchester Essex will inbound on their side of the court. You have to do. You do not have time to do a layup right now. You have to do a quick three. Unless you inbound into the paint, which then maybe. But it's a pray. There will be no overtime in this game. The only way this goes to overtime is if you have a shooting foul and you miss one of them. Or two of them, depends on what the shooting foul is. But, oh my God. This is a game, folks. This is definitely a game of all time. As Moulton to inbound. Over stolen by Sakari. 3 seconds. Oliver just to heave one up. And that will do it! That there might have been a missed foul there. There might have been a missed foul there, but as that should do it. That will do it. Your final today, Burlington 47, Manchester Essex Regional 46. I'm Brady Costas, Evan McMillan camera. Toodles.